Hey guys, and welcome to part 5 of the co-op playthrough for Portal 2. We are continuing on with more of the Excursion funnel puzzles.
Sorry I missed the beginning of that test. I was just talking with the reassembly machine about your becoming human. We all agree you should stop.
Since when did the reassemble machine have an intelligence? I thought its only purpose is just to destroy things.
Well, not just destroy things, because it reassembles. I mean, it's in the job title.
Oh, I remember this one. This one took a while for us to figure out. Because basically what you have to do, folks, is that on the left side of the room, on one side over a bottomless pit, there's a laser. You have to somehow redirect that laser to hit the panel which is on the right side of the bottomless pit. And you have to think with excursion funnels, because one person has to be on one side and the other has to be with the laser to redirect it with the cube. Well, am I carrying the commentary by myself now?
Oh no, sorry. I got distracted by what was on screen.
Well.
So yes, this bit did take a bit of work until we actually figured out
Aye.
where we were both supposed to be and what we were both supposed to be doing portal-wise.
Aye. Well, there's actually another thing, folks, is that later on in these excursion funnel puzzles, there is a switch which reverses the direction of the funnel's going.
It reverses the polarity of the neutron flow.
Aye, so say if something's flying towards a wall, you want it to come to you, you gotta press on the switch so it comes back to you. That's the difference between you and me, Lauren. You explain it in scientific terms as most impossible. I just give you the simple version.
I quote Doctor Who for all the fellow Whovians out there.
So there we go.
Of which Andrew is not one, apparently.
Aye. Well, I'm not saying Doctor Who is rubbish, but I'm not saying that.
But to even contemplate saying that,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you like it, that's great. I can't really say because I don't watch it. The only episodes I saw of Doctor Who was that it was David Tennant with the Weeping Angels, and then there's that one where
that one was epic. That actually scared me as a child.
And there was that other one where they're in some sort of library with astronaut-looking people, and then they end up getting
River Song. Oh, I love her too.
A man ends up losing his face. He gets two shadows, and he keeps on repeating, "Hey, who turned out the lights? Walking slowly like a zombie." There was a third one I watched. There was where they're in space. I think it was plants, and then they're constantly leaking water.
Oh yes, it seems like you've seen all the scary ones from David Tennant's episodes.
Mind you, I only saw them because they were on the television on one night.
Mm-hmm. But the Waters of Mars, which was the one when they're on the planet with the leaking water, it was shortly after that they discovered that there was water on Mars. Right. And all the Whovians just like completely freaked out.
So the water essentially became a virus.
Yes. Well, there was a virus in the water that wasn't filtered out.
Right.
And if that got back to Earth, it would contaminate the entire water supply, and all the human race would be basically dead.
Okay.
So yeah, when Whovians heard that there was water on Mars, mass panic.
Are you doing that just to aggravate me?
Yes. See, I'm even tilting the camera because there is no yes or. Oh, do you know what I wished actually? When you play for this and then you have a partner who trolls you, I wish there was a gesture where you can produce the middle finger.
What you mean, like when somebody keeps firing lasers at you?
Yes.
Or when
drops both of us into rotational spikes. I'll never forgive you for that.
Well, you aren't my first cooperative partner, apparently. So you need to question what
exactly. I
happened
need to
the last
question
one.
your trust. This one's pretty easy, folks. The cube is on the top left platform. You need to use the excursion funnel to get to the cube. One person has to go up and get the cube, while it's difficult to explain some of these, but when you get the cube, the person who then the blue person needs to stand on the button to reverse the effects of the funnel, so that we can bring the cube back, and then use the excursion funnel to put the cube onto the switch on the ceiling.
So I went after the cube for a change, because it always seems like
I was doing all the work.
Andrew getting all the fun stuff while I'm down there pressing buttons. But not this time.
Well, as GLaDOS once said in the previous tests, you two seem to have a very cooperative teamwork going on here. thanks to the one person who appears to be doing all the work.
Well, I was pressing all the buttons. You wouldn't have been able to do your work otherwise.
Well, according to GLaDOS, I'm only doing it by myself.
Yeah, well, GLaDOS, so does she know.
Let's go a little bit of history of you. Did you never went back to play the first Portal?
I have done. Not recently though.
Years ago, but I've myself never touched Portal 1. I've been trying my best to try and find it for the PlayStation because I don't have an Xbox.
I think for the Xbox, they did it as one of their games for gold.
Because it was an Xbox exclusive, I believe.
No, actually, originally it was PC.
Ah.
Because it all links to Steam accounts and stuff.
Orange to be slapping hands.
So
Trust you.
I haven't played it on the PC recently, but I did originally play through it on the Xbox.
Well, I think it's easier for them to port to the Xbox because again, it's Microsoft, and they're both owned by Microsoft, the computers and the console itself.
I agree. I never noticed that about Blue before.
What?
Is there something you would like to say?
What are you talking about?
Oh, just go back to your naivety. You're fine. We're just talking about you. There's no need to be paranoid.
No, I don't like it when people talk crap about behind my back. I at least need to know what you're talking about. Because we don't know, it might be constructive criticism, or it could just be trolling.
Oh, I'm quite happy being oblivious.
Right, this one, folks, this is another height-based. You need to use the excursion funnel to launch one player up to the top, and then use it again so that the funnel can go on the ceiling and get the switch.
And because I was too quick to put the portals in, it means Blue is having to do all the fun stuff because of that cancelling grid thingy.
Well, what are you talking about? We both have to do. We both have to go through here.
Yeah, but right now I'm just sitting watching you while you do your little flips and cannonballs and whatnot.
As if, again, if Mike Wazowski was a robot.
Yep. Go into the light.
Fly high, let's be an aperture science test robot.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Now I need to sort my portals, step on the button to reverse the effect.
Orange can't hear you. Orange did what? Are you sure?
She did that. She fired a laser at me.
It was very brave of you to tell me.
Thank you, GLaDOS.
GLaDOS is going to do nothing about it because GLaDOS doesn't love you.
She's like that teacher you go to in school with troubles, and then then he or she ends up doing nothing for you in the end.
What kind of teachers did you have? They sound pretty miserable.
I'm only joking. That's my type of humor. I like to be sarcastic.
Yeah, sarcasm's not my strong point. But ooh.
So I need to lower you down first, then shoot a portal through that wall, and then you shoot a portal through there, and then I'll get off the button, and you can join me. Simple.
Do I have to? Can I not just float with these forever and ever?
Well, I'm not sure if there's a possible way to make an infinite loop. You can make things into an infinite loop, but it has to be incredibly precise. I think I did, and yeah, in fact, yeah, during the single player playthrough with Steven, I did show that off when we were introduced to the turrets. I got one turret in an infinite loop for about 2 seconds.
If Blue had said those things about me, Blue would never make it to the next reassembly station.
Why is it always the male that gets the criticism?
Well, I was getting criticised at first, but you were telling her horrible things about me.
Hey, what horrible things? You would try to bloody fire a laser in my direction when we're trying to solve a simple puzzle. I did nothing to you up until then.
You tattled to GLaDOS.
Just keep going.
I keep telling yourself that.
Don't
This was another hard one.
It's like you're just machines.
This one was a real struggle because the button is in the middle there.
Yeah, so it took us a little while to figure it out because of the force field thingies that kept cancelling things.
The excavation grills. And because the doors on the top platform, which I think we didn't realise until one of us went up there by mistake.
Yep.
There you go, folks. That's the best way to solve puzzles. Solve it by complete fluke. Well, let's go trial and error, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of us has to go into somehow get into the middle platform, into that funnel, and then be launched up. And that's not how to do it.
Yep.
Yes, I know you did that, Blue. Don't look so proud.
Oops.
Why did you do that to me? Why?
I did nothing. You stood on the button. You're the one who's in control. You moved yourself off that. That was your own fault.
GLaDOS didn't think so. GLaDOS is on my side.
Well, GLaDOS likes to do that. Like to bicker on just to make you feel sorry for something you didn't do in the first place. Right, stay on the funnel. There we go. Press the button.
I pressed the button.
Button. Who's
What
got
did
the
the
button? Don't you hate it when you press a button, you hear a noise, and then you don't see what's happening because you don't know what's going on?
Yep, so...
Okay, that when I go through the gate, it cancels out the portals. I remember, this is when I didn't see the funnel above my head for a good 10 minutes. I felt like it's a bit of a brain fart on my part. Well, that's me up. And there was me thinking, wait, whoa, where am I? How did I get up here? And then it wasn't until later I looked down and I'm like, there it is. And I felt so stupid. In fact, in my head I was thinking facepalming myself or smashing my head against the wall. That's stupidity.
But we figured it eventually.
Aye.
After getting ourselves confused and lost several times.
Aye. How long did we spend in this? Like, what, half an hour?
Oh, at least.
Be thankful I cut out all the padding, folks. Otherwise, the this playthrough would have been like, what, 20 parts of filler?
And with a lot more swearing.
At the start of this course, I was
We made it
worried
in the
you were
end, though.
becoming too
Aye.
close. But in my attempt to drive you apart, I learned something important about trust and betrayal. Your brains are too small to feel either of those emotions. So I
Ouch.
can trust you 100%.
Ouch.
But we can't trust each other.
Exactly. So what does that accomplish?
This
It
is
means
the last
GLaDOS
test
can
for the
send us on
standard
her
course.
secret
It's
missions.
just something I whipped
This one. This is the one where one of us has to navigate that maze of spikes to get a cube.
And there are turrets.
Yes. And this was a little bit tense for you because obviously we have to use Excursion funnel so you can make your way through that. But then you were getting tense because I had to swap between stepping on the button and stepping off it.
Yep. Again, trust issues.
Hey, if I was in that funnel, you would just immediately get off the button and kill me like 5 times in a row before going, alright, let's move on.
Not 5. 5's a bit excessive. Doesn't
Right.
have to be 5.
Keep telling yourself that. Whereas if Wheatley was here, Holmes versus Moriarty, Aristotle versus Mashy Spike Plate.
I can't help but root for the mashy spike plates.
Hey, can you imagine if Wheatley came back here actually and wasn't thrown into space and he was here to commentate on what we were doing?
He and GLaDOS would probably argue.
Well, I said...
They would pick favourites.
Well, considering Wheatley has a blue eye, I think he would automatically go for blue.
Unless he doesn't like his blue eye, in which case he'd go for me.
Well, GLaDOS kind of has an orange eye, doesn't she?
Can't remember actually. But
Here we are, tense moment coming up.
yes, I needed him to jump on that button just the moment that I threw that portal, and then
You had to force yourself out so you could fall down and that would have to catch you.
and I was not confident.
It's like when you go on those roller coasters in the park, you're scared to go on it, but then when you actually go on it, you get used to it.
It was very much, are you sure you're ready to catch me? Are you sure we can do this? Reactions.
Here we go. Ooh, got ya. There we go.
Oh, don't got me, don't got me, don't got me.
Like, fall back.
Like, don't squish me, don't squish me. Like,
I have to time it
ready.
just
Go,
right,
go,
aye.
go.
Oh dear.
And of course you can't make it speed up, so...
Yeah, you can. You can only go at the speed.
Ah!
Ouch.
Yes. Is it any wonder I don't trust him? He's
Alright.
had me squished.
Hey, you fired a laser at me. I think we're even.
Oh, come on, that was like episodes ago. Get over it. Move
No,
on.
I'll never get over that. That was an ultimate betrayal. A stab in the back.
It was fun. It was like a lot of fun.
This sad expression on my face is not telling you.
It doesn't look like a sad expression. It's just blank face. You need to work on your sad face.
Are you saying that?
You need to do the puppy dog eyes.
No, I'm too cruel for the puppy dog eyes.
Then you're not getting any sympathy off of me, are you?
All right then. See you later then. Doors that way.
As if you could do this without me.
Poor turret. Are you just gonna leave it there on that floor, giving it eternal timeout?
Well, it's just had a critical error, so yeah, let's go for that.
I think we did. I remember here where we actually got a little. I think it was you that
Beam
got
me up,
stuck.
Scotty.
Well, I think it was you that got a bit stuck because the cube was blocking one of your portals.
I think it may well have been.
Because I think the idea was to let it go because the cube would go along with you.
I didn't want to let it go. It was my
Yeah.
cube. My cube.
Yeah, the camera's not working.
I don't want to let my cube go. It's my cube.
The camera's spazzing out because it doesn't want you to continue on.
It wants my cube. It's not having my cube.
Aye, the goal is to let... Okay, balance the cube on your head then. Take the turret with you.
It's like a little tractor beam beaming up to a UFO.
Aye, it does look like that. Oh, can you imagine that? Portal and then they introduce aliens. That will throw all ideas out the window. It's like Ice Age. The first two were pretty good, but then you go to the fifth one, it's in space, and you're like, really?
Ice Age, I think I stopped after the third one. I don't think I saw the fourth or the fifth.
I never saw the third, fourth, and fifth. I only saw the first two. But my favourite character was Scrat. The little
He was
saber-toothed
terribly
squirrel.
endearing.
Aye. All because he wanted to keep his acorn safe.
Yep. The whole world is like being wiped out, but no, it's okay because he's got his acorn.
Aye. So the last thing we need to...
Priorities.
So once we get the cube, we need to activate the velocity so that the person with the cube can fly across, put the cube on the switch, and get the door open. Once you navigate through the nasty maze of spikes.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can go back there. So I use the velocity to launch myself, and away I go. Whee! Now, if I hit that wall, I would fall apart.
You completed the standard section of this course.
It's okay. Just wait a few minutes
Before
and
we
then you'll be
go any
taken apart.
further, I will need you to complete
Oh, yeah, that's
one more
right.
test outside of the standard testing track. Please refrain from doing those childish gestures while you are out there.
Okay, not.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
We need to find a power station at the end of this course. The humans must have accidentally disconnected it from my grid.
This is a large tower upwards, folks, with lots of turrets, so it's a mixture of highlight surfaces and excursion funnels. And what I'm trying to do is show off that there's an achievement for this where you can laugh in front of turrets because when they're blocked.
But that was dancing.
Well, I picked the wrong gesture. Alright. Look at you dancing away.
Attack stance.
Welcome to the Aperture Science Strip Club.
Now that is a scary thought.
So now we need to use the excursion funnels to make our way across. But there's mashy spike plates here, folks. And I think this is one where we both have to be on the phone. And I remember last time when we did this, I'm thinking, Lauren, don't press the wrong portal.
But there's spike plates. I could accidentally press the wrong button.
And this is where, during the recording, I was getting used to the ping tool so I can communicate with Lauren. Even though we were right next to each other in the same room in split screen mode.
Yes, we were finding it a little difficult to explain to each other exactly where we wanted stuff. So Andrew took it back to basics with a ping tool.
Aye. Well, this is how you would communicate if you were playing online and you didn't have a headset, so...
But we were neither of those things. We were sitting right next to each other.
So one of us has to block the turrets while the other has to use the funnel. And here's me telling the portal, put a portal there.
I had to move forward because I couldn't see it from where I was.
Aye.
All I could see was like a solid floor, and I thought, why is that going into a solid wall? Or a ceiling from this direction, actually.
Aye. Again, you need to.
So.
You just need to pay attention because sometimes the white panels are far away in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just
Stop
say?
me!
I hate how accurate the turrets are. This is where I screw.
Definitely
Yeah.
not Stormtrooper.
That's my fault. Oh, my bad.
Uh-huh.
But even then, when you're far away, like 50 meters, they instantly target you.
But it's like, if only they could be more like Stormtroopers, and then we'd never die.
Aye, with their accuracy.
Until we jumped into the sludge bits.
And if they were able to move, they would bonk their head on the ceiling. Or in the case of Lego Star Wars, be a beach trooper.
With their little swimsuits.
With nothing but their helmet.
And if you opened up a turret, you might find Daniel Craig on the inside.
Aye. And I'll drop my weapon. But once you get up here, folks, it's a simple use the funnel to get to the other side, and then that's it. The key is yours.
So I was just waiting for me to catch up.
Aye, because at this point I didn't want us to split apart.
He didn't trust what I would do without him. Imagine the damage I could cause.
Aye. Then again, if you were here by yourself, you wouldn't last 10 minutes.
No, but even here with you, you don't last 10 minutes.
Yeah, at least I would
as
try.
a result of me being here.
Yes, I see it. We're going that way.
I just remembered my ping too.
Hey, look at this. Look at this woman thinking she's all fancy.
I'm all fancy. It's like, okay, you need to make that. I'm not gonna make that.
Did you think the electrical switch was down there?
Insert Wile E. Coyote's smoke. Yikes down here.
With the Roadrunner standing at the top laughing.
If you remember that,
That
that's
was an excellent opportunity. You could have stood there and used the laugh gesture.
well. I didn't see it until too late because I was distracted. But I can imagine if you remember that the coyote where it's a dead end on the mountain and then he paints it and a road and then Rodnall goes into the painting, but then he's confused.
There was a lot of that. Cartoons were so fun. Mindless violence.
Aye.
For children.
Stuff that didn't make sense. Right, this last part, folks, you have to use the funnels to make your way down to the bottom of this facility and fly across while using hard light surfaces to protect you from turrets that are moving in the opposite direction of the conveyor belts. You can so pretty much we're in the manufacturing process of turrets.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the defective turrets? Template. Response. Ah, crap.
Yeah, so I was in charge of the funnels.
Yes. And I was in charge of the shields.
Trusted.
That's another thing as well. You can use what I've used here, folks. You can use the shield, the hard light surfaces to knock the turrets off their platforms to stop you from shooting. But eventually, I would have to fire it across so that we can get across and not get blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were like, crap, 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 and hiding in the corner.
Duck and cover, duck and cover.
Just like every other first-person shooter, folks, if you stay out of cover for too long, for a while, you will regenerate some health, even though that doesn't make any sense. Especially if you're a soldier. Right, what Wii game are we playing this time? No More Heroes? WarioWare?
No, you found the disc. I found the computer.
Aye.
You found the disc.
You go and play. I'll go and play the game. You go and do your general administrative duties.
Oh, burn. Excuse me while I go start my accounting ICAS chartered exams. And you can go back to your reception.
Aye, fair enough. I'll answer the telephone, and by that I'll just pick it up and put it back down again.
Not sure if that counts as answering.
Right.
Taking care of the telephone, yes. Answering, yeah.
Aye, as we explode, we'll see you in the next part, folks.